Hey guys, welcome back to another update of my Canadian dividend investing portfolio. So what I do is I'm a Canadian investor and I buy and sell primarily Canadian-based dividend stocks, all on the Toronto Stock Exchange. I'm using Wealthsimple Trade to buy and sell the stocks, which is a really great option. There's a link in the description below if you'd like to try it out. And I'm tracking everything, all of the performance of my account with this custom Google Sheet that I made, which there's also a link in the description if you'd like to try it as well. So what I've been doing is I've basically been at this for about 11 months now. In that time, I've got my stock value up to about $48,200. And that's great because I've actually only deposited about 45,300, so I'm up about 3,400 in this time, which is awesome. That works out to be about 7.5%. And all of the stocks, actually almost all of the stocks that I have pay a dividend. So that's basically like a cash distribution that these companies just give you for holding the stocks. It works out to about 4.1% per year on average for my whole portfolio. And basically 4.1% of 48,200 is around $1,978. So that works out to about $164, $165 per month, which is great. Now I don't actually get this every single month because a lot of stocks pay quarterly. Some pay monthly, some pay quarterly, and you'll actually notice that I have never achieved that high of a value yet. And that's because recently I almost doubled the amount that's in my portfolio. I dropped in quite a lot of money and I have yet to see the effects of that. So in the next few months, we'll start seeing months that are closer to this 164, sometimes bigger, sometimes smaller, but we'll be seeing that shortly in the definitely in like the next 3 months or so. But yeah, basically in the spreadsheet, I do track all of the monthly dividends that I receive. I've got some pie charts here that just help me keep everything organized. So if you're interested, you can see my sector breakdown. I'm mostly invested in real estate. And up here, I've got some other pie chart here of the holdings. If you're familiar with the tickers, you can pause here and check it out. Otherwise, we can just jump straight into the portfolio tab, which has information a little bit more detailed for all of the positions or the different companies that I hold. Basically showing how much I hold, the currency that they're in. For me, it's all in Canadian dollars because everything is on the Toronto Stock Exchange for me. Part of the reason I do that is because with Wealthsimple Trade, you don't pay trading fees, and also you do pay a pretty steep currency exchange fee if you want to buy US stocks, but it's free if you just want to buy Canadian stocks. So far, I've paid 0 fees to Wealthsimple, and that's pretty nice. But yeah, basically we track the average price here. So that's like the average price that I bought them for, the current price, and then you start seeing like the total value of my portfolio, the total gain and loss on each position. Some are up, some are down, and their annual dividends, and a little bit more information here about like how many dividends I've actually received, and how many I expect to get per year, and so forth. So looking here, I've got it sorted right now to be the highest positions, or like the biggest positions in my portfolio up top. And you see, as I refreshed it there, I haven't refreshed this since maybe a day or two ago, and some of them switched around. So that's just showing you that some of the prices are switching around. I saw actually Algonquin jumped up, and I know a few days ago this was like minus 5%, so it's gone up 1% or so for me. And on $2,700, that's actually like a little bit, and that's enough to make it jump. So anyways, it's still in the red. Northland Power is still basically a little bit in the red for me. What else do we have that's in the red? Cineplex, these guys are kind of dodgy. Intergex and Data Communications. So all of these ones are a little bit experimental for me down at the bottom, the red ones, and it turns out that's not such a good idea. My normal strategy is to just buy basically blue chip dividend stocks, or like Canadian Dividend Aristocrats. A lot of these are aristocrats, basically just meaning that they have been increasing and paying out their dividends for like a very long time, and they meet a whole bunch of very stable requirements. So with all that said, let's jump into Wealthsimple Trade, which is the broker that I use to buy and sell stocks. Like I said before, it's commission free, so you don't pay anything to buy and sell stocks, which is awesome. It's the only app in Canada that's doing that right now. So definitely worth checking out. There's a link, like I said, there's a link in the description below where you can actually get 2 free stocks for signing up with them. And also there's another link in the description too for Wealthsimple Cash. It's made by the same company. It's just like a money sharing app. You can get $25 just for signing up for that as well. It takes like 2 minutes. And if you sign up for one and then the other, it's actually really simple because they already have your information. And you can actually get both bonuses, which is quite nice. So anyways, we can just quickly scan through here. I guess in the last day, the account is up $200. This like changes all the time. I don't really follow that at all. We're up 1% in the last week, 2% in the last month. We can kind of skip through all this stuff, and basically primarily we're up about 8% all time. Earlier today, I did buy a couple stocks. So if we jump into the activity tab here, we can see what's going on in here. So today's July 15th, and you can see I made 3 purchases. I put about $200 into Fortis. That's about 4 shares at 55.72. And Northwest Company, I bought 3 shares at 35.38. And Waste Connections, I bought 1 share at 153. So if you're not familiar with what these companies are, maybe I'll just run quickly through them. So here's Fortis. Fortis is a big utility company, basically. Unfortunately, we can't show the whole lifetime. Maybe I can show you back in the spreadsheet. But anyways, yeah, we can just quickly get an idea here. I'm up about 6% on them almost overall, but if you're interested in what the company actually does, here's some market details and a little bit about them if you just want to pause there and check them out. But basically, they're a dividend aristocrat and they're just constantly growing all the time, so pretty safe play. The next one was Northwest Company. This one, I believe, is also a dividend aristocrat in Canada. They're kind of slowly growing, but they've got a pretty strong dividend here. I'm up 6.5%, and yeah, they've got a 4.08% dividend. So nice and strong, healthy growth in their dividend. And they're basically just a big supermarket chain with like a lot of actually kind of smaller supermarkets throughout northern Canada and some like obscure brands like Giant Tiger and stuff like that. And the last one that we picked up today was Waste Connections. So that one is WCN. These guys are just going like insane. In the last 5 years, they're up 143%. So this is actually the strongest growing stock that I have in my portfolio overall. Of course, I bought a lot of my stocks ever since this dip in 2020. So basically all my stocks are doing well in the last year because pretty much everyone's are. But if you look beyond that into the history, Waste Connections just has like a wicked growth. Their yield is very small. It's like 0.66%, so it's like almost nothing. But it doesn't matter because basically if I had put in money back here, it would just be like way more than you would have overall than if you were having like a higher yielding stock. So I'm pretty happy with Waste Connections and looking to really increase my position in them. They only make up 2.5% of my whole portfolio, and that's something I really want to grow. If they're going to be able to continue this growth, like that's great. That's something I'm very interested in. So what I want to do now is I just want to grab all of the information that's in here and move this into Google Sheets. So what I want to do is I just come into my transactions tab, and in this transactions tab, this is where I actually log every single buy and sell that I do with the whole account. So I just want to scroll down to the bottom here and type in exactly what I had from Wealthsimple Trade. And make sure that everything does add up correctly by checking the totals over here, because basically this is what ultimately gets factored into my average price and then ultimately the gain and loss. And this is going to be exactly the same values that you see in Wealthsimple Trade. But I just want to make sure that the spreadsheet, is always correct. So I double check that. And then basically the last thing that I'm looking for in here is to jump into the summary page and just kind of double check what has changed. And here definitely the cash has been reduced because I spent some of the cash and I've recorded it here now. But really what I'm interested in is the annual dividend income from dividends. So before we were sitting at about $1,978 and now we're up to $1,991, almost 92. And basically that's an increase in about $13 per year in passive income, which might not sound like a lot, but I'll take it. Why not? That's $13 that I'm just going to get every year going forward, and it's actually going to increase as these companies increase their dividends. And it's tax-free because this is in my tax-free savings account. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reinvest it into more stocks as I get it and build up that compounding interest effect. So really, this is going to hopefully, along with all of the other, $13 and $10 and whatever that's kind of being increased per year every time I make a deposit, it's really starting to grow, and we're almost at $2,000 per year, which is really fantastic. So I'm looking forward to growing that. And yeah, over time, eventually we'll hit 2,000 probably in the next video, and then 3,000, and then so on, and just keep trying to grow this, to basically as much as possible. So anyways, guys, if you like that stuff, make sure you drop a like on this video. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. And I always appreciate when you guys leave comments down below as well. So please do that. And basically, before you go, don't forget to check out the links in the description below. You can get the spreadsheet, and you can also get $25 for Wealthsimple Cash and 2 free stocks for Wealthsimple Trade. So just good stuff all around for you guys to check out. And with that, I'm going to sign off, and I'll see you in the next one.